On the morning of August 26, 2018, a married couple set out to forage for mushrooms in the Uktus Mountains, a small pine-covered range on the southern outskirts of Yekaterinburg, Russia. They were chatting, breathing in the fresh air, and enjoying the quiet hunt, when suddenly one of them spotted a pair of legs sticking out of the tall grass. At first, the couple assumed it was just someone sleeping off a heavy night of drinking. This area was popular among locals, full of trails used by dog walkers, mothers with children, and groups of young people. But as they got closer, the grim reality set in. They saw a young woman lying there, and right next to her, another. Their unnatural poses and clothing stained with red sent a wave of panic through the hikers. They immediately called emergency services. Police and medics arrived quickly, but sadly, one woman was already dead. The second was clinging to life in critical condition. She was rushed to intensive care, where doctors fought for nearly a week to save her. Tragically, she succumbed to her injuries on September 1st, never regaining consciousness. The cause of death was clear: massive blood loss from gunshot wounds. The medical examiner's report indicated the killer fired 8 rounds in total, including a final execution-style shot to each victim. Yet the crime scene was pristine: no murder weapon, no shell casings, no physical evidence whatsoever. It looked like the work of a professional hitman who had planned every detail, leaving police with 0 leads. Investigators soon identified the victims: 29-year-old Ksenia Sultanova and 28-year-old Natalia Kuznetsova. They weren't just acquaintances, they were inseparable best friends who had met in law school and remained close long after graduation, traveling and vacationing together. On the evening of August 25th, the friends decided to meet at one of their favorite spots, the slopes of Uktus, near the ski run, which offered a stunning panoramic view of the city at night. Investigators learned they had planned this meeting 10 days in advance and told no one else, ruling out immediate family or friends as suspects. They met around 9 p.m. at the foot of the mountain, ordered a pizza, and after picking it up from the delivery driver, walked about a kilometer up the path to settle in a cozy forest clearing. According to forensic analysis, the killer crept close, about 8 to 10 meters away. After firing the shots, he dragged the women deeper into the woods and vanished. Police interviewed hundreds of potential witnesses nearby, but nobody heard shots or saw anyone suspicious. Naturally, the first suspect was the pizza delivery driver. If the handover hadn't been in a parking lot with CCTV, he might have been their primary target. But cameras clearly showed him arrive, hand over the pizza, take payment, and drive back toward the city. Next, police seriously considered a contract killing. The execution-style shots pointed to it. But who would want these young women dead? Ksenia worked in the claims department of a major bank, collecting overdue debts. She had received threats from clients unwilling to lose their property. Police scrutinized every debtor she dealt with, but none raised suspicion. Natalia worked as a lawyer, also a risky profession, but her colleagues and clients offered no leads either. The killer had to be someone else. With conventional leads hitting end ends, investigators focused on the weapon. They deliberately kept a key detail from the public. The killer used a highly modified air rifle. Lead investigator Sergei Maltsev admitted that pneumatics were uncharted territory for him. They had to study the subject intensely. They identified the unique German-made pellets, which pointed them toward specific sellers. It took titanic effort to determine the base rifle and how it was altered to vastly increase its power. By consulting experts and conducting field tests, they identified the weapon as a semi-automatic Kruger gun. But this one was heavily customized with a new barrel and air tank. The killer was clearly an expert gunsmith. investigators realized the perpetrator had to be active in the online airgun community. They began analyzing 380 gigabytes of forum data, a massive undertaking. Months of combing through specialized forums finally paid off. They zeroed in on a user with the handle Kaufman. Just a week before the murders, Kaufman was actively discussing technical glitches with his semi-automatic Kruger gun, describing power inconsistencies after 10 shots. Other users provided detailed solutions. Kaufman never thanked them. He simply logged off and never came back online. Police knew they had their man. Experts traced his IP address, revealing his true identity: 34-year-old Yekaterinburg resident Alexey Alexandrov. On December 9, 2019, police arrested Alexandrov outside his home. Inside his apartment, they found 3 hunting shotguns and the smoking gun, a pneumatic Kruger gun. Though it had a different barrel installed, its technical specs matched the murder weapon perfectly. At first, Alexandrov refused to cooperate. Police offered him a polygraph test to clear his name. Believing he could outsmart the machine, he agreed. He was wrong. Realizing during the test that he was failing, he broke. Within minutes, he was in the interrogation room, giving a detailed confession of how he planned and executed the double murder. Who was Alexey Alexandrov? Born in 1980, he was premature and experienced early developmental delays, leading to his placement in a correctional class. He was the quintessential loner, a bit strange, and an immediate outcast. He was brutally bullied in school and later in vocational college. He described the teenagers there as even crueler. "I couldn't fight back," he told investigators. "It's depressing when you keep it inside." The daily humiliation pushed him to the brink. To survive the psychological torment without going insane, he created what he called program Retribution. Alexandrov started an internal accounting of pain. Every insult, every humiliation was converted into damage units and stored in his mind's central buffer. He was saving it up to eventually return it all. Yet, on the surface, his adult life seemed to normalize. He graduated university with honors, became a successful design engineer at a defense plant, married in 2014, and had a son he reportedly loved. He enjoyed photography and hunting. It was a perfect mask of normality. But deep inside, program Retribution was still ticking. By 2018, his accumulated damage reached a critical mass of 4,000 units. In his twisted mathematics, this equaled 4 human lives needed to balance the books. Unable to target his 100-plus original bullies, he decided to cash in his damage points on random strangers. He prepared meticulously, upgrading his rifle with night vision, studying criminology, and buying thermal gear. He chose his ambush spot and escape routes, aiming for the perfect murder. After killing Ksenia and Natalia, he biked home, caught on only one useless camera. He even visited cemeteries later, claiming he wanted to apologize to their graves but couldn't find them. In the fall of 2020, he faced trial. The evidence, combined with his own confession and victims' blood on his camouflage gear, was damning. Yet he seemed unable to grasp the gravity of his actions, begging for a new psychiatric evaluation to avoid prison. In his final statement, he tearfully recited a poem about wanting to turn back time. The judge, unimpressed, sentenced him to life in a special regime colony. Upon hearing the verdict, Alexandrov briefly fainted. His appeal was denied, and he was sent to the notorious Polar Owl prison.